Hey everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so today we're tackling two big players in the tech world. And when I say big, I mean essential for anyone even thinking about the cloud. We're talking IT asset management, ITAM for those in the know,
Right.
and cloud FinOps.
A powerful duo.
That's what we're here to uncover, the synergy between ITAM and cloud FinOps.
Because honestly, they work so much better together than apart.
Exactly. Now, for anyone new to these terms, imagine ITAM as your meticulous organizer keeping tabs on all your tech gear, software licenses, who's using what, making sure you're squeezing every drop of value out of what you already have.
Think of it like you wouldn't buy a new car if you had one sitting in the garage you just forgot about.
Exactly. ITAM's got your back, but then comes the cloud, right? It's this whole other world, and things can get complex fast.
You said it. Suddenly, you're not just managing physical servers. You've got virtual machines, databases, serverless functions, all this stuff that can spiral out of control if you're not careful.
And that's where our superhero, Cloud FinOps, enters the scene. It's all about making sure your cloud spending is optimized. Like, you're not just throwing money into the cloud abyss, you're getting the absolute most out of every penny.
Because let's be real, cloud costs can sneak up on you. 1 minute you're spinning up a few virtual machines, the next thing you know, your bill looks like a phone number.
Been there. Okay, so we've got ITAM, the meticulous organizer, and FinOps, the cost-conscious hero. Let's say we're a company going all in on the cloud. Walk us through how these two actually work together, in the trenches.
Absolutely. So step one, asset discovery and inventory. Traditionally, ITAM was all about your physical stuff, computers, servers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in the cloud, it's a whole new ballgame.
So now you can't just walk into a server room and see what's what.
Precisely. Now you've got virtual machines, databases, even those serverless functions, all living in the cloud. So ITAM needs to team up with FinOps to track all those cloud resources, right? Get a clear picture of your entire cloud estate. Because without that shared visibility, good luck managing costs effectively.
It's like trying to balance a checkbook when you've got mystery withdrawals happening every other day. You need that clear picture.
100%. And this collaboration, it goes beyond just visibility. Think asset auditing and compliance, especially in the cloud where data security regulations, they're everything. ITAM and FinOps, they work hand in glove here. ITAM makes sure you're compliant. FinOps optimizes within those guardrails, keeps you out of trouble.
Saves you from those nightmare scenarios, data breaches, hefty fines, the works.
Exactly. Speaking of potential budget nightmares, let's talk licenses.
Ah, yes, the ever-tricky world of software licenses. Always fun.
Especially in the cloud. Because we're not just talking about your good old-fashioned software licenses anymore. Think SaaS subscriptions, those monthly or annual fees for software you access online. And then there's usage-based licensing you pay for what you use, which sounds great in theory.
Until you realize you're using way more than you thought.
Bingo. Mismanaging licenses in the cloud, it's like leaving the lights on 24/7. You end up with a bill that's through the roof.
Okay, so how do our dynamic duo tackle this licensing beast?
That's where they really shine. ITAM brings its years of license optimization know-how to the table, right? They can spot underutilized software in a heartbeat. Meanwhile, FinOps comes in with its real-time cost management tools. They see what's being used in the cloud, how much, and they adjust your resource allocation on the fly.
So it's like ITAM finds the savings opportunities and FinOps makes it happen.
Boom, a 1-2 punch for cloud cost optimization.
But there's this area, cost analysis and optimization, where their roles seem to, overlap a bit. How do they work together there without, tripping over each other?
Great question. Think of it like this. ITAM brings the historical perspective. They know how much assets have cost over time, how usage patterns have changed. FinOps, they're all about the here and now, what's being spent, where, and are there any immediate optimization flags?
It's like ITAM is the wise old sage and FinOps is the agile, quick-thinking strategist.
I like that. And when those two perspectives combine, you get a holistic, data-driven view of your entire IT landscape, both traditional and cloud.
Which leads to smarter decisions, plain and simple. But even with all this data, all this analysis, none of it really matters if it's not documented and shared effectively, right?
100%. Documentation and reporting, they might sound boring, but they are the unsung heroes of both ITAM and FinOps. You need that clear, consistent documentation to ensure everyone's on the same page. Plus, it's how you track progress and make adjustments along the way.
Because what's that saying? If it's not documented, it didn't happen. But let's be real, none of this happens in a vacuum. Who are the key players in all of this? Who needs to be involved for this collaboration to really sing?
Oh, it's not just the IT folks huddled around a computer. You've got finance teams, procurement folks, even business unit leaders. Everyone's got skin in the game. And with the cloud, you might even be dealing with multiple providers. So open communication, transparency, it's not optional. It's make or break.
So for our listeners out there, maybe knee-deep in cloud strategies, maybe just starting to dip their toes in, what's the one thing they should take away from all of this?
ITAM and FinOps, they're not two separate things. They are partners, collaborators, allies, and their combined expertise. It's not just helpful, it's essential for navigating the cloud strategically and cost effectively.
Like we always say, teamwork makes the dream work. But here's a question for everyone to chew on. How can this understanding of ITEM and FinOps, this powerful synergy, how can it change how you approach cloud technologies in your world? And on that note, I think we've done our deep dive for the day. We've explored how ITAM and FinOps working together can optimize costs, ensure compliance, and squeeze every bit of value out of your IT assets. Hopefully, this arms you with the knowledge to walk into any cloud conversation with confidence, maybe even spark some ideas for a future deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and until next time, happy learning.